All right, well, I think it's about time we head over to Stacey Kimberly, the Tostitos Interactive Fan Zone.
That sounds great. I just love Stacey Kimberly.
Gross.
Okay, Stacey's standing by with our next guest. Take it away, Stace.
Thanks, Nat and Bob. And a special thanks to you, Mr. Commissioner. So I'm here in the Tostitos Zesty Bean and Cheese Dip Interactive Zone with guest 2 for the evening, Paul. Paul, what can we expect from you out there tonight?
Well, I'm just gonna try to give 110%, and hopefully everything will work out. There's gonna be some unnecessary cussing, probably. I'm probably gonna stammer over some words, and I hope that I just get my message across. Tostitos.
Tostitos. Thank you so much, Paul. Welcome, Tiger.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our good friend, Mr. Paul Oddo!
Give it up for Ned and Bob and everybody who produces this show and the partners and all the folks. How are you guys doing? Y'all all right? Yeah. Good, great. This is, all right, we're off and running. All right, sweet. Let's see here. Fucking look like a dick. Every time, you know, you got these notes on here and it makes all the comics look like they're just total pricks. Because they're like, I'm checking my fucking text messages while I'm on stage. It's the worst thing ever. But I just need to see what time it is so that I know I'm not wasting too much of your time. Alright, so anyway, I used to live in Brooklyn. I live in Queens now. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it goes. I lived in a place that probably at least 30% of the people in this room have been drunk at before. I lived at a place at the McKibben Loft, so you can know that. Alright, there you go. Yeah, I've seen you. We might have lived together. Yeah, it was a little rat hole. There was like 11 people that I lived with, and there was one bathroom. And the answer is flip-flops to your question. But I got out of there without having bed bugs or a three-way, so I kind of coasted in the middle. And but I feel like they all thought I was a cop, you know, because I'm older than everybody else that I lived with, and I have this hairstyle, and I don't smoke weed, and those are just big red flags all over the place. And anyway, I like moved out. Bless you. I moved out when there was always a haze of weed smoke in the whole place all the time. And somebody shot a bow and arrow through the living room while I was going somewhere. I was just like, I gotta get the fuck out of this place. It just ain't my style. Anyway, but I was doing laundry there one day. And they had laundry on the 4th and final floor. And they had a freight elevator, cartoonishly. And I was going in there and I was all by myself. And I pulled the big stupid door down and I pressed the button. And from the button panel where there's a little speaker, and after I pressed the button it said, hello? A voice said that. And I said, hello? And they said, did somebody just call from this number? And I said, this is an elevator. And I said, an elevator? I said, I find it unusual myself. And they go, well, where are you? And I said, I'm on the 3rd floor. I said, no, like, I was like, you mean like in the world? Oh yeah, I'm in Brooklyn. And then I opened the door and I got out and I have no fucking idea what that was about. I never found out what that was. There was these 2 girls getting on the elevator as I was getting off, and I made a piss poor attempt to explain what was going on. I'm just like, there's a voice. And there, it's a voice. Laundry. I just walked away. No idea. Oh God. Yeah, similar weirdness, and then I think that's why I moved out of this area, just because there's weirdness always, and you cannot get away from it, and I think that makes me uncomfortable. But then again, I might be bringing it with me because I'm a little weird. So, okay, let me give you an example. I was at a deli just getting a sandwich. And it's one of these delis where they want to know your name when they take your order because they want to develop some kind of bullshit relationship with you or whatever. So anyway, I was pissed. I had to go to work later on and I was just angry in my head. And I made up a fake name. Sue me, right? It's my own personal amusement. They're never going to know. So I make up my fake name and I order my sandwich and I go sit down. And I was sitting in the window of this deli and I was looking out the window and I'm writing and I'm just sort of lost in thought. And I saw a poster for the last Batman movie that came out. And I'm always a Batman fan. I'm a big Batman fan, always have been. And it kind of got me off on this weird thought pattern, though, about Batman. Now, bear with me, I was just sort of drifting. If you don't know the story of Batman, I don't know who you are. But here's the thing. If Bruce Wayne was a little kid, he's very rich, he was extremely afraid of bats. His parents were murdered in front of him, and then he grew up to find out that he could whip ass real good. Turns out he dresses up like a bat, which is the thing that he's most afraid of, to help him scare the shit out of people as he beats the shit out of them. That's your Cliff Notes on Batman. But here's the thing. Even if you're really afraid of bats, like excessively so, think they're going to get you in the daytime in the swimming pool, like over the top, scared of bats. When your parents are murdered in front of you, that now becomes the thing you're most afraid of. It supplants it. There's no argument. That's what happens. So in my mind, Bruce Wayne shouldn't have grown up to be Batman as much as he should have grown up to be parents-killing man. Which is a far more frightening and interesting situation to me. Because rather than standing on a rooftop dressed up like a bat waiting for people to steal purses and then you just go beat the shit out of them, you figure out who's doing what, you go to the phone book, look up where their parents live, you show up at their house and just shoot them in the chest twice, which is way freakier than just getting the hell beat out of you. Because you got that moment where you're shaking the dude and he's like, who are you? It's like, I'll fucking kill your parents, that's who I am, motherfucker. So it's like, alright, Jesus Christ. So I'm having this thought, and from a distant reality, some guy's just saying, D'Artagnan, and he's looking at me, and my mind is clear. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this guy? And he's like, D'Artagnan, and I said, I don't know. And I even waved at him. Hi. And then he gives me one of these. And walks away. And that's when it snapped. I was like, oh shit, that's my fucking fake name. So I like walked over there. I was like, look dude, I'm real sorry. I didn't realize you were talking to me. He's like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because usually when I say a person's name to their face 7 times, they don't think I'm talking to them either. So why don't you take your grilled cheese with tomatoes and get the fuck out of here, you retard liar? Well, yeah, anyway. I got problems, man, I'm telling you. And that's the thing, I don't even do jokes. I'm just telling you shit that's real in my life. Like, here's a good example. I feel like I don't think I'm a jerk necessarily, but I got some real awfulness in me trying to get out all the time. I know that. It's like squirming around. And here's how I know. I have a real hard time not putting garbage in public mailboxes. Like, I have a real hard time, which is fucked up, I know. But every time I walk past one, it's like, I just want to throw some trash in there. And not even like crumpled up paper or a little bag of stuff. I want to put something wet. Like something like Coke or something like a smoothie. Pour it in there and throw the cup in afterward. Something that's gonna fuck up all the mail and the mailman's day and his opinion of people. Like just terrible shit. I mean, I don't do it, but I want to real bad. And it's actually so real that it keeps me from buying chocolate milk at the deli. Like I think about it. It's like, oh, I might throw that in the fucking mailbox. I better not buy that. Like I don't know what's wrong with me, why I think these things, but another good example. During the summer, I'm walking on the street and some dude's walking behind me and he's wearing flip-flops. And they were so loud, like they're flip-flopping so fucking loudly behind me that I really almost spun around and shoved him. I was really thinking about it. I was this close. I actually had to like pull over and let him go past because I was like, I can't do that. And I got to laughing like a lunatic on the street because I could also picture how weird that would be that this guy is just whistling, it's a pretty day, and he's flip-flopping his happy ass down the street. And he just didn't even notice this guy in front of him who spins around and fucking shoves him. It's like, motherfucking loud-ass feet, motherfucker! Like, just like, shut your shoes up, bitch! Like, that's the craziest thing that could be yelled at a person. I'm just flip-flopping around. It's like, he didn't do anything to me. me? What's wrong with me? Oh, God. Also, like, and this is the thing that really makes me think I'm losing my mind, because I almost do this. I have to bite my tongue when I'm having a hard time being polite and listening to people talk about shit I don't care about. You know how you find yourself in a conversation with somebody you don't like and you don't want to talk to, and they just start steamrolling you about some nonsense that you could give two shits about. You don't fucking care. And he just corners you and just abuses your patience. Just beats you over the head with it. And it's like here's a not too far-fetched hypothetical. Some guy's got you in a corner and he's talking to you about buckets. He's been talking about buckets for 6 minutes. And you don't fucking know what he's talking about or care. And it's just rambling off. It's like, you know what's crazy about buckets? They're not like they used to be. When my father was selling buckets, they didn't have the same anti-corrosive protection that defends against most of the materials commonly put in buckets. And here's another thing, and you're just trying to retrace your steps as like, how the fuck did I find myself stuck with this coke breath bastard just like talking my ear off about nothing? He's like, what is wrong with me? And you're just staring at him, and I honestly almost lose my shit. And I have to laugh, just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I have to go stand in the bathroom for a couple of minutes and just hope his attention goes somewhere else and then come back out. And I have a hard time with it because I start almost laughing because I'm picturing how it could go if I was to say what I would like to say, which is just, and you know what, another thing about buckets? I don't fucking care. Shut up. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, I don't want to hear anything else that you have to say at all. I don't care about your opinions in any way. It's like, well, that's rude. It's like, is it? Or is it rude to lambast me about the minutia of buckets and not ask whether or not I give a shit? Because I don't. And here's another thing, shithead. People probably don't like you. Can you think about that? How many people in your life hate you? I bet there's tons of them, because you don't seem like the type of person who corners one guy and talks about this. I bet you do it to a lot of people. I bet you do it all day, and all they want to do is tell you off. And I would be enabling your behavior if I allowed you to keep talking to me about this shit. So let me tell you something. Your life is pointless, and you're inconsiderate. And here's how it could go. We could either get in a fight, which I'm fine with. He could swallow his tongue, maybe, Hannibal Lecter style. Or he just gets upset and goes away, which is the best case scenario I can possibly imagine. And either way, we're not talking about fucking buckets anymore. And your buckets could be web design, or fucking roller skates, or comedy shows, or whatever the hell it is. But I'm telling you, I almost do it, because life seems a lot brighter on the other side. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. Show going.